What up, everyone? Welcome back to the G-Lew Show, and it is Friday night live on the G-Lew Show. I am G-Lew, and tonight we have a very special guest. If you've been checking out the promo all this week, you know what I mean? You've been seeing the algorithm, you know. We got a very special guest, a beautiful lady in the building tonight. She's been here before, but tonight she's coming on her own. Tonight we have the very talented and beautiful Miss Lorina Marie. She is here in the building. Hello. Good evening.
What's up, guys? How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. It's the second time around this time, but this time you're solo. So before we get started, they seen the promo, they seen the video, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay. My name is Lorina, but my handle is Lori underscore 911. I'm an entrepreneur, content creator, model. I kind of do a lot of stuff. So I'm in the process of getting some properties right now. Just kind of dibbling in data stocks and stuff, and just kind of doing something different. So that's where we're at right now. But I'm still coming with all the content, and I'm still, still coming with it.
Right. And we're gonna get into all that. You were here before with the crew. I don't know if you want to speak on that, but I know you were here.
We can.
Oh, okay.
Give
the people look for the ones who don't know. You were here before with the crew and the modeling crew and all that. Can you give us a little bit of background on that?
Sure. When I came on your show, I believe it was last year, I was doing some things with a group of ladies who, it was called the Bad Bunnies. And, we all got in. I was under the impression that we just, we dress up as bunnies. We support each other. We're women empowering women. And I was like all for it. So I'm like, doing modeling and just being sexy and just having like that woman, like, how do you say, like having a female or women just be like uplifting and positive. But,
right.
That's how it was in the beginning. And then things started happening and, it just wasn't, it wasn't for me. So I was like, I started seeing things and some of the behavior was very just like catty. And I felt like I was back in school and I'm just like, I really don't need this. And, you guys, I wish you the best of luck and all the success, but I'm going to step away from it. And, with that came a couple of messages and DMs, but I mean,
what did everything consist of the Bad Bunny crew? Like, what did you guys do? And like, what was the what was the background on that? Like, what did you guys bring as a collective?
Well, the original plan was to have, like I said, a group of ladies come together, host events, talk about our life, our personal lives, which if you guys notice, or for those of you who are watching that have been around this long with me, that never happened. We never ever got into a depth of like individuality, talking about our own person. And that was kind of like the concept. I mean, of course, being sexy, getting that attention, but that was kind of like to get the audience. And it didn't go that way. So it was, it was a little disappointing, but at the same time, it was very chaotic. And there was just so much going on. I think there was a lack of communication between a lot of people. And it just got very unorganized.
Right. Well, yeah. I don't know if that goes along with the saying that it's hard for female. Like, I see that with females. Like, is that true then? And like, it's hard for females to work together, especially like a bunch of beautiful ladies who you would think it would be an awesome experience. Is it like hard? Do you find yourself being hard to work with other females in this industry?
I'm going to say I've met a lot of women that actually, not all the Bad Bunnies, I still keep in contact with a few. I call them, we still, keep in contact. So it's all good. But yeah, can you say the question again? I'm sorry, my dog.
Well, I said, is it like hard to work aside from
with the women?
Bad Bunnies, but is it hard to work with other females in the industry?
I'm going to say it just depends. I feel like it just depends because it is a very catty, you have to have thick skin industry. It's not for everybody, right. But I don't think it's hard. I think it's just I think it's just personally, every person is different because I've worked with women that we're friends. We go to lunch, we go out, we shop, we get our nails done, and they're cool. They're supportive, and it's no hate. There's no animosity. It's like there's enough room for everybody to win. So it doesn't have to be so much hatred and the talking behind the back or saying things just never happen. It's like no. Let's just clear that up right now. Never happened, and it's So getting back to your question, I'm sorry. it's not hard to work with women. It just depends on the woman, because I've got a lot of girls in this industry that I can name, and they're beautiful models, and I work with them just fine. I feel like the ones that are more
Right,
confident are
right.
the ones that I work good with, and the ones that maybe have a little bit more other things going on, insecurities maybe or something. Those are the ones I always find difficult to work with, because they're always like there's something. But the confident women I don't have problems with, because they're so confident. It's not, like I said, it's not a competition. We're both beautiful. We're both doing this, and it's
Right.
not. Yeah, it's not that head bump.
Was it an issue? Because it seems like even though it was a collective of ladies, it was more so like I know homegirl pianist was like it was she like in the head running thing, so it seemed like it was like a leadership like control issues, or what do you
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
exactly. In the beginning, yes, it was Pionis, in the beginning, because she's the one who approached me at a photo shoot that we did. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. I'd love to do it. It's modeling. We're gonna go to this mansion place or whatever. So we went to one of their friends' house and we filmed there, and it was just, it was cool. But yeah, Pionis was the girl who was, she was the mastermind behind it. So she came up with the idea. But then along the lines, it was another girl, Gina, that was like, she was trying to do her own thing too. And I felt like one was telling us like in emails or DMs, like, we're going to go here. And then at the end, the other one was saying, no, we're going to go here. And then you could kind of feel like there was something going on in the background.
right.
So, it's just, it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. It was it was like 4 or 5 months of just constantly every week being around 8 to 10 other women every week, a couple of days, doing events, being backstage, being behind the scenes, filling everybody out. And, it's definitely not for the weak. I'll say that. It's definitely not for the weak. A lot of girls get in this industry and think it's just everybody. It's definitely not for the weak.
Right, right. Well, being that it seemed to be a not so great experience, what did you learn or take from that experience? A good thing that you took from that, if anything.
What I took from it is that I'm just better off doing my own thing, and that, some things are not meant for me. And I think that, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not meant to be in every crowd. I'm not meant to be in every group. I think I do better alone. So I think that it was, like I said, it was nothing, there's no ill feelings with anybody, at least on my end. Um, it just wasn't a good fit. But the positive thing is that I'm back doing my own thing, and I'm doing great. I
Right, right. How long were you into
feel like I'm
modeling?
the last man standing, huh?
That's right. That's right. How long were you into modeling before you connected with the Bad Bunnies
Oh,
crew?
I've been in the industry for 17 years. I've done music videos, commercials, some scenes in movies. I have a lot of friends in the industry who've, kind of put me on to open doors for me, I would say.
Right.
So I've been in this industry for a long time, but I went to school and I was kind of doing the school thing and then doing the modeling thing. So this is nothing new to me. I've been around for a minute, and people can vouch for me that, I've been here for a minute and I'm standing my ground.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, I just think at that time a lot of people didn't know me, so they kind of, this is the thing too with that whole situation. I think that a lot of the women kind of, maybe, I don't want to say, well, I'm going to say it. They underestimated me. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know my background. They didn't know the connections or whatever, that I brought to the table.
Right.
I think that once I started like saying like, let me take over this one time, or they started seeing like, okay, she can get things going. But again, it didn't turn out that great.
Right, right, right. Far as modeling, that you said you've been doing it for many years.
Yes.
How did you get into modeling?
Actually, my little history. My mom was in Playboy. She was never a
Okay.
centerfold, but she used to work for, the brother. So I was always on sets as a kid. Auditions. So that's something that, I've been in the industry as an adult for the 17 years, but I've actually been in the industry since I was a kid. Sesame Street, Crest commercials. I've done a lot of Skittles. So yeah, I've been out there for pretty much my whole life since I was 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Far
I
as that,
think that's something that a lot of people don't know either. But
right.
yes.
Right, I didn't know that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's good to know, but I could imagine you have had a great background in modeling because you look like a model. If someone would
Thank
see
you.
you, say you were probably into modeling, you know what I mean? How was that industry being that you grew up in it as a kid? Sure you learned a lot. Um, how did you enjoy that industry? Well, I guess once you became an adult and you were doing it on your own, was it something that you enjoyed? Was it something that I don't know, it was like you didn't like? I mean, because I know a lot comes with that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Being a model, just being in the
Absolutely.
industry, period, especially as a woman, dealing with the things you've dealt with. What can you say about the industry? I guess the good things about it that
Well,
you learned.
okay. Well, the good things that I've learned is that, um, is that it's not as bad as some people may say that it is, because I grew up in the industry and I have such a such a huge long background. I kind of stepped away in my teenage years just for personal reasons and just kind of like wanted to be, because I mean, from Mike Tyson's to the Telly Savalas's, my mom was around them. So growing up, this was just, I was sitting on the laps of these big people, Reggie Jackson, going to Angel games and just being that little girl that, because they were in awe of my mom. I
Right,
was just, you know what I mean? So, um, I think that definitely has opened a lot of doors. The positive side, it's opened a lot of doors. I think that people see me on the internet and they don't know how to kind of take me, but I feel like when they meet me in personal and they see like I'm actually, like, I do have goals, I do have morals, I do have standards. There is a method to my madness. Like, there is a bigger picture, for my family and for my children, and but so those are the good things that it's taken away, because it has provided me to live the life that I live, do the things that I do, um and basically take care of my family. So that's well, my mom and stuff. So those are the positive things, definitely.
right, right. Now on the you said the positive things. What is some of the not so positive things like?
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, I don't want to, if you want to speak on it, but I know it's a dark side to that industry. We've heard stories,
Definitely.
seen a lot. We've seen movies, documentaries, so many things about that dark side of that industry and that life. I don't know if you've experienced any of you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen a lot, but tell us a
Yeah.
little about the not so good side of the industry.
Well, the not so good side of the industry is that everybody is not always who or what they say they are or who they pretend to be.
Right,
You have to be very cautious, because a lot of these, I want to say guys, because I don't see a lot of females trying to recruit women, at least not from, my experience. But I see a lot of these guys making promises to women for modeling or for careers. And the things, the exchanges are not said in the beginning. So it's, somebody who doesn't have knowledge of or history of this industry, doesn't have the background. And it can get very, very ugly, very dirty. And I mean, I'm sure everybody's aware that, yes, the industry is, like you said, it can be very dark. And that's the dark side that a lot of people don't talk about: the fights, getting drugged, people being essayed, girls being best friends just to set the other girl up. I've seen it, I've witnessed it. And I think
right,
that that's, for me, that's why I move differently. All money ain't good money. Every invitation I get, I don't accept. Um, and I move in my own lane and at my own pace. I'm never trying to keep up with anybody. I just do my own thing. I think
right,
that, because I know, like I said, how dark it can be and how ugly, and just the things that I've witnessed, and just like, wow, like, and people get hurt. And it's just, there's a good side to it if you know what you're doing. I want to
right,
say that if you have a strong mind and you have a good head on your shoulders, and you got, you know I don't want to offend anybody, but you believe in what you believe, and you stand strong, you will make it. You won't become a drug addict, you won't become pimped out, you won't become, strong, whatever, because I've seen it happen. I've seen beautiful girls get with the wrong person or the wrong crowd. And it's just so sad. Like, I don't want to get emotional, but I actually have a friend right now who's going through some like crazy stuff. And I won't say her name, but she's very well known in the industry as well. And
right,
she was around the wrong people. And it just, it will definitely take your life if you allow it, if you don't have a backbone. You can't
right,
come in this industry thinking that it's all glitz and glamour. You have to have your head on straight, and you have to watch, listen, see how people move,
right.
because it's very tricky. It's not
Has
all that it's cracked up to be.
right.
There's good and bad.
Right, right. Has any of these things like you've seen or witnessed or experienced, has that ever deterred you while you were in the business, or were you always able to pretty much stay focused, like you said, and not let any of the stuff, the dark stuff or the the bad stuff or anything like deter you from moving forward in the industry?
I honestly, I wish that I can say that I was as smart as I am now, but actually, I have experiencing. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that I was a dancer. I danced for about 8 years, all over, out of state, everywhere, and
No, we didn't
with
know that.
that came.
We didn't know that.
Oh, oh,
We
well, okay, well, I thought there was some. Okay, well, yes, I used to dance. I was a dancer, um, just for 8 years. And with that, I seen, just a lot of treacherous things. I seen girls getting burned for $20, beautiful girls. And I seen it at a club I worked at in Reseda, a girl literally threw her boyfriend or whatever, this guy was hanging out at the club all day, and he threw gasoline on this girl, and the girl lit a match. And I mean, it just changed her life for the rest of her life. And it's,
Wow.
it could be very dangerous. And I'm here to tell people that it can be very dangerous. You just have to be very careful. And
Wow.
you can't trust everybody, because for me, when somebody says you can trust me, that's the person I'm not going to trust, because you're saying it very loosely and I don't even know you.
Right,
But
right,
I just, like, I watch, I observe. I'm an observer, you know? But now I see things
right, right.
differently, so I know a lot more.
Right. And being that you were a dancer, I mean, aside from modeling, like you said, that's a whole different lane, right? And you
Yes.
dancing, and you said you dance all over different states.
Yes.
What did you? Because again, that's a whole different lane. I'm sure definitely it's a lot of money to be made.
Hmm.
But it's a lot of things that come with that. I witnessed that myself and seen, how
Yeah.
these girls and different things go, and that can go down a different road too. I've seen a lot of females who are focused and get their money and independent and all that, but then
Yes.
ones who
Yes.
are not really guided directly, and they can go down a dark road with that dancing and all those things. So speaking of the dancing thing, how was that? Asked you about the modeling part. How was that part for you, those years that you were dancing and
I'm gonna be honest, it was more of a survival thing for me. I was working and I'm going to school, but then somebody told me to go to a club one day, and I went to the club and I killed it and I made this money. And it's not a lie when girls say you get that rush, like you're scared at first to go on stage, you're scared, you have these butterflies and you're nervous, but then you see, like, the fun side of it is it's all this money and you don't know what to do, and every day you're making it, and it's like, but it comes with a price.
right,
um, it definitely comes with a price. But from my experience, yeah, I've traveled, I've danced for celebrities, music people, clubs, and while I was in it, I'm gonna be honest, I never got caught up in anything. Thank you. Like, thank God I never got caught up in anything. I was just there to make my money. I had my homegirls that were there, da da da. But I never was like, I didn't hang out after the club. I wasn't trying to go to no after party. I wasn't trying to hang out with you and her. I mean, to me, it was really my job. Like, I was there to do a job, to be
right,
this person. And, I never mixed the two. My real life and my club life was never intertwined, ever.
right, right. Being that you said you danced and moved around in different places, where because here in LA or different place, where were some of the places you liked the most or that was the best? I know money can be good anywhere, but
Um,
it's different
I well,
when you go to
I'm gonna say Atlanta
different.
was pretty good,
How
but
was how was
it's a little bit too fast paced for me, and I wasn't used to that type of environment. So I kind of got, like, I won't say choked up, but it was very more, big boobs and the big booties. And I went out there. Somebody told me, like, come out there.
right,
I went with a good friend of mine. She's still to this day a good friend of mine. And there was a lot of money to be made. They offered me a position. I declined, and I came back to LA. And
right,
Vegas,
right, okay,
Texas, yeah, and all over LA.
right. Right. I lived in Atlanta too, so I know how those clubs are
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
yeah,
That's like the
definitely,
home of the strip clubs there, besides probably.
yeah. And
And
that's
so,
why I was like, "Ooh, let me go see what it's all about." I've been hearing so much. Um,
right,
but it was just a lot more going on that I just didn't want. And I didn't know the area, I didn't know the people, and I just was like, "No, I'm gonna go back." But shout out to you guys. Thank you for showing me a good time and love, but I gotta go
right,
back home.
right. Um, okay. And how important is it too, being that you dance or act, whatever you're doing in this industry, how important is it to have a solid team or good direction or management or people in your corner that care for you? Because I'm sure it's easily to get influenced or caught up, or like you said, people that say trust me and all this, or that can offer you this and that,
Hmm.
and that can lead you down a path you don't want to go. So how important is it to have, I guess, a solid team or just solid people in your corner? I don't know if you had that, or but
I
how.
do, and it's absolutely 100%. It's a necessity. You can't really make friends with these girls and expect them to have your back maybe the way that you would. I would recommend that you already have the people that you know, whether it be family, good friends. Stick with people that you know. You don't have really time to just meet somebody else and get to know them and do all that while you're doing, this industry and, maintaining your personal life. It's a lot. So definitely having a team behind you is like 100% necessity, because it can get ugly. And if you don't have somebody that's really riding for you, you're going to be all over the place, and sometimes not in the best situations either. Because I had a management when I was like maybe like 10 years ago, when I first kind of, didn't know too much. And my goodness, if I tell you, geez, they had me in places that I should have never been in, around people that like didn't have my best interest. And yeah. So
Right.
wasn't
Uh,
good.
right. Pearl, shout out to Mama Pearl in the chat. She said, Lorina Marie, you can tell you are a strong woman with your head on straight. I like
Oh,
that you
thank
keep.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Pearl. Thank you so much. I
So,
appreciate that. It means a lot. I've come
yes.
a long way, and I've worked my ass off. I don't know if I can say that, but I worked my butt off. And
Now you can say, hey,
okay.
how hard is it to be like not only a model and do all this, but how hard is it to just be a quote unquote pretty girl? Quote, you know how the people perceive you and all that. Like, how was that? Because people look at that and say, oh, they may look at you one way or just may envy you and all that. But I'm sure that's a lot of weight to carry with you, and just not only keeping up an image, but what people may perceive you as. Some people may try to take that and play you for that, or take advantage, or I'm sure it's used to your advantage as well. But how is that, just being a quote unquote model or beautiful lady that people see, you know what I mean, behind all that?
I think for me, it's a personal, like I've always been this way. I take care of myself. I try not to let the pressure get to me, but the comments, the hate, it is there. This is what I signed up for. I chose to be, to have what I want to put out into the world. And it comes with comments, it comes with hate, it comes with all of that stuff. But like I said, I signed up for this. I know what it entails. But I just try to just focus. I really just try to focus. I try to just do the best for myself. This is not for anybody else. Because if you look at pictures of me from MySpace and, Facebook, when I was a Facebook person, like I'm still the same girl. Or woman, I feel like I'm just better. With growth comes wisdom and it comes experience. And I'm still young enough that I can see things for what they are now. So I just feel like I do my own thing being a baddie. I just do what's good for me. I like to look good, so I get my hair done. I like to have a nice little shape, so I work out.
Right.
I like to have good skin, and I want to age gracefully, like my mom and my grand. I do those things for myself, so it is hard, because you know what I mean. It's not like, you know, um, it's discipline. You have to want it. You have to want it, and
Right.
I think
Right.
a lot of people hate because they see you doing it, but it's like you could do it too.
Right.
This is a
Right.
choice. This is a personal choice. And if you really, love yourself enough, you'll make those choices for yourself as well. And that's just the proof in the pudding.
Right. That leads me to my next question. How hard is that to keep up? I don't mean keep up far as like, obviously you've been doing this all your life. You this is regular, but I mean to keep up a so-called image, like when you say, it may be days or it may be times you don't want to do all the extras and all that. You
I
want to
stay
be,
inside. No, I'm just kidding.
but you got to keep up a quote unquote
Excuse me.
image or appearance. You feel me? How
Yes.
hard is that?
Well, yeah, the thing is, you can never leave your house looking crazy. Don't leave your house like with, pajamas and slippers, or it is definitely an image, because I've had people like I did, and I would see videos of me, or I'd be trending somewhere and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are you pregnant? Or I'm just like, it was that time of the month. It was like a little bloated. So the pressure is definitely there to maintain this Lori, this image, this person that people have all over the world have come to, like, I won't say fall in love with, but just they love it. They respect me. They just the love that I get and the support just shows that what I'm doing something good, because I actually inspire people. And that for me is everything. When I get DMs from women, young girls, men, um, it, and they see my videos or they see my posts or they watch my YouTube, they connect and they say, wow, you know, I judged you from your posts and your Instagram and stuff, but you know, you're actually there, and I appreciate it. I'm here for it. So that means everything to me. That I don't just do it just to do it. I really want people to see that doesn't matter what you do or where you come from. You can always do whatever you want to do as long as you are consistent and you don't give up. The main thing is never give up and believe in yourself, you know?
Right.
Even when nobody else does, believe in
Right.
yourself.
Right. Right. Great answer. And also on the flip side of that, how was it not only to keep up quote unquote image? How was it for you personal wise, like far as trying to keep relationships or things of that nature? Because I know it's
Doesn't
hard
happen.
to keep a man
Relationships don't happen. I think I
who
don't
has to be content and secure, you know, with having a baddie, right? So how was that part, the personal
I
side
think
of
it's unfortunately, I think that a lot of men that I dated, they say, you know, that they can handle it. They can handle me, you know, being in the entertainment business. They can handle the vlogging. They can handle camera people follow me around or, you know, getting noticed for a picture sometimes in public. But you know, then my feelings get involved and, you know, then they kind of either want me to stop. They kind of slowly, you know, I don't think this is good for you anymore. You know, don't you want to have like a normal, my life is normal. I mean, I do have a normal life with the exception that you can Google me, but
right.
this is something that I explain to them. They know. And, you know, it doesn't work for me. Relationships. And you know, I'm not going to say I'm not the problem, but I'm not willing to compromise myself for anybody.
Right.
You know, I'm not doing anything bad. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm making a living in a good
Right.
way. I'm doing things that are positive, and you know, I'm not going to allow somebody to come and take everything that I've worked so hard for and just say, you know what, I don't think you need that anymore because I want to get married, or because I don't want people looking at you, or because you know I don't like. Well, then I think that you should be with a regular girl that's a plain Jane, and I think that you should be with somebody in your ranking. You know, I thought that you could handle me, but obviously you can't, and it always turns into something ugly to where I feel like the man is competing with me. And I know that sounds
Right.
weird, but like nowadays, it's not even shocking that all these men like men. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's like a competition. I've never met a man that wanted to compete with me. It's so weird.
Right.
So I just stay single.
Right.
Until I meet
And
somebody
now,
that's really that can handle me and what I bring to the
right.
table, because I don't just bring, I am the table. I
Right.
don't, you know, I can do everything myself. So I would need somebody to match that and to just let me be me in a most respectful way, because I'm not disrespectful. It's just that's the image that people think because I'm a baddie or because I'm pretty or because I have so many followers. So
Right, right, right. And now let me ask you that, playing devil's advocate, right? Not I don't like to say that, but in a way, how
I hear
do
you.
you like, far as you in a man, what do you want? Because like you said, it's hard to find a man who's content, secure, to have a woman like you. But what would you want in a man? Because now, like you said, we're in a different time where men are a little less manly. You know what I mean? So they do
Absolutely.
women. They're low key, act like women, so it's harder. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
what would you want in a man? Like, or would you want a man like, I don't know, what type of man would Lori want to handle Lori though?
The $1 million question. Honestly, I'm going to say the first thing that I look for in a man, he has to be God fearing. He has
Okay,
to have a relationship with God, because far and foremost, like that means everything to me. I mean, I'm not looking for a big bank account. I'm not looking for any of that. He has to be God fearing. He has to be stable. He has to he has to be secure within himself, so that he doesn't feel like he's in a competition with me. He feels like, you know, this is my woman. Like, she's beautiful. I'm proud to be with her. She's sexy. She's smart. She's intelligent. She has it all. She's a whole package. She cooks. She cleans. She takes care of her house. I mean, what man wouldn't want that? But like you said, nowadays a lot of these men are not masculine. And that's a big problem. So for me, you just have to be a man. You have to be a manly man. You have to just be confident and honest and be loyal. And these are qualities that I feel like nowadays people just they don't have them. Everybody's just so caught up with just meeting somebody and hooking up with them, and then it's just this toxic situation. And
right,
I'm so past that. I'm looking for a future. I'm not looking for, you know, I'm looking for the one, wherever he is. I'm not looking, sorry. But you know what I mean? That's what I would
right.
be looking for.
I'm glad you said that, because
Absolutely.
it's like, how do we get back to? Because like you said, we're in a place now, the world where, like you said, it's not about really getting to know people. We go off it. We have internet now, so we go off IG or whatever these
Yes.
things. People don't really get to know people. They just go off what they see, and they think they like what they see. Or when it comes to a woman, they like, or they want, or that man they think is fly, or whatever the case they think it may be. Like you said, you don't get to know people, and you just move to, from not the first base, but the third base or the home plate, and you skip all of that, and you get
Yeah.
caught up in the lust opposed to the love, and you skip everything, and now you find out that whether, when it's maybe too late, you're pregnant, or all the drama comes, that you don't really know the person. But that's where we're at now. So how do we get back to really finding real love? Because I don't think it's hard to find these days. If you don't got someone that you had a day one, or real love, like, it's gonna be hard to find these days.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It really is, because what the thing is with love, this generation, there's no values. Everybody just wants the cloud. Everybody just wants to have they don't want to be with you. They just want the experience of you. And I'm so glad that, all the DMs and the offers of, I'll take you to dinner. No, I'll take you to dinner. I don't, I'll take, no, no, no. Because, whatever like I
Right.
said, you see on my social media, I'm fun. I'm a good person, but that doesn't mean just because my pictures are, I'm only going to be this age once. You know what I mean? And I think I look good, and I don't see that, you know what I mean? It's in a tasteful way. It's not like in a, where I'm saying like, come get me way. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
regular modeling pictures. So I think that this generation just doesn't have that anymore. And maybe you're saying it's not hard to find, but for me, I'm not looking. I never look for any of the relationships I've been in. No, like nothing like that. It's just been genuinely like, oh, hi, exchange numbers, go on a couple dates. Oh, see if there's a connection, talk about your wants, your future. What do there's those conversations have to be brought up. And I think that
Right.
nowadays people don't even get past that, because again, they're having these situations, and, you either wind up pregnant and it doesn't work out, and then you're arguing, you have a child you kind of resent because of I've seen it all so many times, and I've seen the toxicity of it. And I think that that's why I'm very selective, and I don't put up with a lot, because again, I know my morals and values, and I would never disrespect anybody I was in a relationship, and I would expect the same. But again, this generation has just lost all that. I'm not hopeless, but I mean, I'm 42 years old, so I don't
Right.
know. You
Right.
know what I
Right.
mean?
I feel you. Trust me. So with all that being said, has Lori given up on love? Do you still see a hope, or maybe a love as maybe someday for Lori? Or are you just like, hey, it is what it is. If it comes, it comes. If not, or is that something you do wish for in your future? Because everyone at the end of the day, even
Absolutely.
now,
Absolutely.
like, fuck it, but we all, that's really the goal. Like, we all want love, maybe marriage.
Absolutely. And no, I'm not opposed to it at all. I'm not looking for it, but I'm not opposed to it, because I mean, come on, my parents have been married for 40 years. Who doesn't want to be with somebody and have that companionship and that love, and to care for somebody, and to be excited to tell somebody something good? And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let it out. It's
I
okay.
think that I'm just such a hopeless romantic, and that little girl in me always wants to find something like that. And I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I think that hit a little trigger with me, but I think that I've
It's
given
okay.
like my best to people that have just, um, that didn't have the good thing I have tissue right here. They just didn't have the same intentions that I did. It was like the people that say, "Don't worry if you fall, because I'm going to catch you." And when they let me fall, there was nobody there to catch me. So I'm not opposed to it. My heart has been broken a lot, but it hasn't made me ugly. It hasn't changed the way that I love and the way that I see people. And I'm very proud of myself for that. And I'm sorry that I'm getting so emotional, because this is not what I wanted. Um, Let me just get
Oh, it's
myself.
okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, Lori. It's okay.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
Um,
That's why we're here. We're here to discuss and talk, and to, let it
yeah.
out. You know what I mean?
Think
Speak our
that hit home
truth.
for
You
me,
know what I mean? It's
because
fine.
yeah, I'm going through a really I had a relationship recently, and it just it was something that I thought would be good, and I trusted somebody, and I don't want to talk too much of it. I think that just hit home for me because, again, I am a hopeless romantic, and that little girl in me is still looking for somebody that's going to protect her and guide her, and be the leader. And I'm kind of tired of being the leader. I feel like every man I dated, I've had to lead. I've had to say, let's do this, or let's go here. There's never plans. There's never, and it's kind of like, I'm not hopeless. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm sure he's out there.
Lori,
I'm not like, I'm sure there's
no, no,
somebody out
no.
there that will love me. I'm positive of that.
You're not alone. You're not alone, because I think that's what I spoke on earlier. I think we're in a place now in this world, right, where the roles have almost reversed, where, like you said, women are taking the more leadership role with men, because I don't know where it's coming from, but men sometimes these days don't know how to be real men. I don't mean that disrespectfully, you know what I mean?
No,
Because
it's true. It's true though. I mean, I've
they
not only
don't.
have I experienced dating the men, but I've seen my girlfriends and family members of mine that have dealt with the same situation with men that are just not good. Just
Right,
I don't want to say the wrong word, but just not good people.
right,
They playing with somebody's feelings and being toxic and all of that is just, and then it's like, don't get upset for my reactions to your actions kind of vibe.
right.
Like, I don't know, just be accountable. My thing is, accountability is huge for me, and people like to avoid that. So I feel like just own who you
Right,
are,
right.
own what you do. And if you don't want to be with somebody, just don't waste their time, and do your own thing. Stay single. Stay single. If you
But
want to
again,
date
that's the
50,000 people, be single.
but look, I think that's where the problem lies. But again, like I said, again, men don't know how to be men, or to accept responsibility, or to keep it real. Because like you said, nowadays people get led on real easily. You know what I mean? And like you said,
Yeah.
you can meet someone who you may think wants this or that, and people don't know how to be upfront. So like you said, you may get someone that you think is this and that and wants this, but maybe they don't. And then, like you say, you may find out you wasted your time. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on a lot. So I don't know. Again, how do, if any, how do you think we can get back to that, or is that a loss?
Trust. I think it's just a day by day. I think that things I I believe that anything is fixable, but well, wait, not anything, because cheating, no. That's not acceptable for me. I wouldn't tolerate it. Goodbye.
Right,
But I think that, a lot of things can be fixed, and a lot of things can be talked about and discussed, and you have to be able to compromise. And I
right,
feel like a lot of people don't know how to compromise. And, that's what makes people reluctant to even put themselves out there because of fear of, you know, mostly just going through the same situation just with a different person, if that makes sense.
right. Yeah, it makes plenty of sense. Let me go back to the chat. Miss Trish said, Lori, you would be a good mentor for women. Have you ever thought about doing that?
Thank you so much. I actually have, and I'm just waiting for the right opportunity. I would love to mentor women and talk to them and let them know my experiences and kind of show them that they're not alone and there's a way. I think I would kill it. Actually, I think that would be. Actually, I've always felt like that was my calling. I wanted to be a social worker. I went to school, got my associates, got my bachelor's degree in child development and psychology, which a lot of people don't know that as well. So I did work with children, and I always wanted to be that advocate to help people, senior citizens, children, because I would have loved to have a me when I was younger to be able to talk and express myself. So that's definitely something I'm going to look out to. So if there's anybody watching and would like to reach out to me for that, I definitely am interested because I know I have a lot to offer and I know that I could, help women change their lives.
Yes. I think that would be great too. And I think the best mentors or counselors or people that can help people are people that have been through something. You know what I
I
mean? So,
agree 100%. A
eh,
degree doesn't make you
right,
knowledgeable to anything. Because
right.
I'm from Inglewood, so I'm from the streets, but I also have a degree and I'm streetwise,
What?
but I'm also knowledge. But yeah, 91st Manchester,
Come on,
baby.
come
Okay.
on now. All right, all right,
You
all
hear
right,
me?
all right,
Okay.
all right.
But yeah, so I mean, you gotta, I don't just talk the talk. I mean, like I said, I grew up in Inglewood, from the
Right,
hood, been there,
right,
done that, had my experiences when I was a kid. you know, not the best, but it made me who I am, and I learned my lesson, never repeated it, move
Right.
forward. And I definitely, I definitely think that,
That's the city of champs, right? That's the city of
yes,
champions.
absolutely. You already know. You
That's
already know what's up.
right. That's right. Hey, speaking of English, off. I see your nephew's in the chat, or Ray Noriega. He said, Auntie Lorena.
Oh, what's up, baby? Hi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ray Ray.
What up, Ray? Much love, homie. Off topic for a quick second. What do you think about Inglewood? All the great things happening. Some like it, some don't, because people that are raised there are being pushed out. But there's so many great things happening in Inglewood. It is a city of champions. What do you think
Absolutely.
about Inglewood as a whole right now? All the things, the new buildings, the new stadiums.
I
They're getting,
think the stadium, well, I'm a Rams fan, so,
okay,
you
okay,
know,
okay,
I
okay.
think, the stadium is, that's where my team plays. But getting to the question, I do think that a lot of things have changed. My childhood is kind of like a lot of things that I seen growing up, a lot of places that I went to no longer exist,
Right,
tore down, went out of business, rebuilt. And so
right,
there's a lot of things that are, yeah, absolutely changing, especially with what we're dealing with right now. There's so much in the world, there's so much segregation, there's so much, it's terrible what's happening. So I definitely, yes, definitely the city to make anything happen. But you know I think that every community needs to come together and be there for one another, because all the things all the things that are going on right now is just a lot. So
right,
yeah.
right, right.
But
Okay,
Inglewood is my home. That's where I'm from. I love it. I go back. I still have my friends over there. You know what I mean? And my childhood friends. So it's
right,
all good. I have a lot of respect out here, and that's the thing. Like nobody can ever come for me unless it's hate, because I've got respect in the streets. I've got respect in places up here. Like wherever I go, I know how to conduct myself. I know how to carry myself. And again, you can have all the degrees in the world, but if you've experienced it and you've walked it, there's no better teacher than somebody who's been through it and came out of it.
facts, facts.
Facts.
And now let me get to this, because it seems like, I don't want to speak on this, but it seems like you are harboring, like, people have came for you. You're dealing with some type of, like you said, a lot of hate, low key. I don't, like you said, but how? I mean, I don't even know how to word this. How do you deal with that, and how are you coping with that? Because it seems like that is in your background right there. Like you're dealing with this right now. You don't even want to let it out, but this is
Well,
like,
because it's not about being scary or not letting anything out, because
right?
these
No, no,
women
no,
could not see me.
not
But I
that.
just, for that, like, I just don't want to, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely the women. There's a good three that I could, off the top of my head, that have just been like, you know what I mean? Like when you see me on the internet, you have so much to say to other people, but when you see me in person, you walking on the other side. When my homeboy's telling you to come over here, you're like, no, I can't go over there because she's over there. Like, let's clear that shit up real quick. And I'm sorry, but like, like sometimes you gotta let people know I'm educated, but don't play yourself, because I'm from
Right,
the hood. Like I'm
right,
very street. Like don't, you know what I mean? And again, that's where a lot of people see the blonde hair, and I'm Puerto Rican. I'm
right.
saying I just
Oh,
have blonde hair. I think that they
Boricua,
misconcept that. So
that
you know what I
Boricua
mean?
coming out.
Sometimes you gotta let a bitch know. Like
That
I'm not the one,
Boricua.
homegirl.
Okay, 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 okay. All right. I just want to ask. I don't want to touch
No,
on that.
yeah, no, for sure.
Hyped up. I was
I mean,
just
some people get the version of, look, I don't want to talk to you, and then some people come for you like that, and you got to say, like, bitch, don't even do that. Like, it is what it is. What's that? Like, you know what I
right,
mean? You got to let them know you're not to be played with. You're not to be toyed with. You're not a kid. You're not a toy. You know what I
right,
mean? You make up these stories with other females, but if I see it and I hear it, not only will I blast you on my social, but I'm gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it. We're
right,
gonna
right,
talk
right,
about it,
right,
because
right,
ain't nothing. Can nobody say nothing about me that I can't say to myself, and really, there's not much, to say. So
right,
make it
right.
make sense, girls. Make it make sense.
That part. That part. Now, speaking of the things you've done, have you ever know you modeled, you do a lot. We're gonna get into more of the independent side and what you're doing. But as far as like acting, have you ever wanted to get into acting or ever dabbled in acting?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I was saying, as a child, because of my mom's background in the industry, I did a lot of modeling and acting as a kid. But I think that I kind of wait. Say that again. I'm so sorry, because I'm looking at this screen. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
I
so
said,
sorry.
have you ever dabbled or wanted to get into acting? being that your
No,
mom did everything.
no. And the reason why is because my mom was very hesitant for me to get into the industry like that. And
Okay.
now I'm kind of thankful that she didn't allow me to do the things that I thought she was holding me back from. And, you know, when I was a little girl, I'm like, I'm a right, Carrie, y'all want to, you know, people in the industry would literally approach my mom and say, you know, Sony Records, Virgin, this is serious, Virgin Records, we want to make your daughter the next, we, and I'm like, and then she was always polite, you know, oh, okay, thank you very much, I appreciate it, thank you, and accepted their cards, walked out, ripped the card up, and don't even ask, you don't know anything, and it's a no. So there was certain things like the Sesame Street and the little commercials and stuff as a kid, that was cool, but once people started coming for me to act, my parents shut it down. They said absolutely not. And I didn't understand it again at the time, but seeing what I see now and even knowing some individuals, they made the right choice. So I'm very happy that they protected me that way, because it's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know when they get in this industry. And you know.
Okay, but you said no acting. How about the musical side? Is there a musical side to Lori that we don't know about?
Absolutely, I'm a singer. That's something a lot of people don't know, but I can get down.
Okay.
I've had some people come up to me just recently, but I've turned it down because I don't want to be in the music industry. And I have my reasons, and I'm sure a lot of people would, you know, I have my reasons. I wouldn't want to be in that industry.
I feel you on that. I know that music industry is can be just as dark as some of the other
very
things.
Dark and very ugly, and the things, and no, not for me, not for me.
Okay. Well, okay, let's talk about this then. I know well, before we get to the I know you're doing a lot of stuff
I'm sweating.
I'm
sweating over here.
I know you cut your fan off. I you know
no,
what I mean?
It's okay. It's because the central air is kind of down right now, and I don't know. They have to come fix it, so it's like hot. But sorry, guys, if you see a little sweat.
You're fine. We don't see sweat. You're good.
Okay.
Tell us about other things, because I know you said you've been dibbling, you've been stepping into more of the independent side and business side, properties and all these things. Tell us about that side of Lori that we don't know, that you're getting into.
Okay, well, the other side of Lori, besides, you know, the content creator and the model, is that I'm an investor. I'm a property investor, and I like to invest my money to make money. And I'm learning a lot of tricks and trades from people who are more knowledgeable than me, who are good friends of mine. And that's a side that a lot of people don't know. They, you know, they think that I'd rather have Gucci and Prada, and my thing is acres of land, property, generational wealth. This other stuff doesn't impress me. Like I said, I have a plan to execute. I have people depending on me. There's no room for failure. I can't fail. It's not even an option for me. You have a bad day, you keep going. You get up. Everybody has a bad day. Take a day, whatever. Get back up and crush it.
Right.
That's my motto. That's how I live.
Right. Well, speaking on that, how did you get into things like that? Is that something you learned, or did you have like
family? My family owns a lot of properties in Puerto Rico and LA, and
I want to go to Puerto Rico.
I don't want to be off my family.
I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to go to Puerto Rico, me personally, and I know that's U.S.
Let's go.
I have to have a passport.
Beautiful.
I want to go.
No, literally, Puerto Rico is beautiful.
Man, I want to go to Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico, the
Boricuas.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Shout out to the Boricuas.
That's right.
Puerto Rico, beautiful. Shout out to DD's Cuban. She's Puerto Rican. She's Cuban. But shout out to the Boricuas out there.
Thank you. That's right. Shout out to you guys, to us, baby. Little islanders over here.
That's right. Hey, and speaking on the content creator side, you've gotten into that. Tell us about that side of what you have going on the content side. What Lori has going on as a content creator.
Okay, well, I actually have some things in the works. Content creator, I'm basically filming my life every day, from morning to the time I go to sleep. My YouTube is actually under construction right now. I'm having an editor revamp the whole thing. I'm going to be on there. I mean, I have my YouTube page, but again, it's under construction. So we're just revamping it. I'm going to come back next year. It's going to be, you know, looking for a plaque, baby. I'm trying to, you know, just share my life, inspire people, and you know, I might as if you can get paid for it as well. Hey, thank you.
Hey, I'm glad the homie Gas Mask in the
Because
chat.
content creation now is kind of the way to go. It's a lot of
Eh,
money to be made, and that's how I was able to invest and to make the good choices and moves that I've made because of being a content creator. I get paid for every stream, every platform that I'm on. I have brand sponsorships. So that is something that also helps a lot, a lot.
no. Content creation is taking over pretty much. You have even people from the industry, rappers, artists, actors coming into the content world because that's where, like you said, the industry is moving towards now. So that's a great space to be in. Let me go back to this. The homie in the chat, Gasmask, said West Coast Ricans aren't common, very rare, and that's true.
That's true
In
because
LA,
a lot of people are from New York, Puerto Rico, Florida.
right,
Oh, there's
right,
not a lot of us out here. He's
right.
very true. That's very true.
Right. How was that for you? Being that like I mean that could be an advantage or a disadvantage. I don't know, but how was that for you being a
I
Puerto
don't think it's
Rican?
ever affected me.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think it's ever affected me. I think that everywhere I go and they say, well, my mom's Italian, my dad is Puerto Rican, so I'm mixed. But
Okay.
everybody says, oh, you're Puerto Rican. Nah, there's not that many California Puerto Ricans. There's not a lot of West Coast Ricans, and it's true. They're all back in the East Coast, but here I
Right.
am.
Right. Okay. No, it is rare. But
Excuse
beautiful
me.
thing. Shout out to the Puerto
Yeah.
Rican. Yes. So also in the content space, where do you what is the future for Lori in the content space? Where you I know you said your stuff is under construction, but what do you plan to do in the content space moving forward?
Well, I'm actually working on a project right now. I'm working on a book, and it's gonna basically be. I've been working on it actually for the last 8 years. It's by my choice. The reason why it's taken so long, I was battling and wrestling through a lot of things, saying if I even wanted to do it. But now that I'm in the place where I'm in, I'm. You guys will be seeing a book from me very soon about my life. So that is something huge that I'm working on. I'm very proud of myself, and that's the top thing on my list. And then some other small projects. I'm gonna have some small features and a couple shows next year. Some features and some calendars, music videos, stuff like that. But the main thing is I'm writing a book, guys. So stay tuned for that. Stay
Wow.
tuned.
Okay. Dope. Can't wait for that. Do we
Yeah,
have
thank
a
you.
title? What can we expect from the book? What is the title? What are we going? Is it like an
Can't tell
auto?
you that. Can't tell you that. I
Is it
can't share too. I can't elaborate too much on it because I'm,
okay?
can't talk
Well,
about it too much. But
okay, but
it's
answer me this:
basically gonna
is
just
it
be
gonna
about
be
my life.
okay? So it's more autobiographical or just a
Yes. No, it's not science fiction. It's out of this is real stuff. Just
okay?
the name changes the characters, but it's real life.
Right.
It's
Okay.
my story. It's my story, and it's time that it's heard.
That's right. Can't wait to read that book, and we're gonna have you back so we can promote that book
Thank
and talk about
you.
it whenever it's
Thank you.
yeah. Let me ask you
Absolutely.
this: who are some of Lori's if you have any inspirations or people that you look up to or people that inspire you, if you have any?
My grandfather,
Okay.
my grandmother, my dad, and
Okay.
my mom,
Okay. Dope.
because they've gone through so much, and they're still amazing people too. And I know that's where I get it from. So I mean, I look up to them. My parents humble me so much. When I go to their home, it's just a reminder that when you go to your mom's house, your grandma's house, it's just very humbling. And yeah, for sure, those are my people that I admire and that I look up to.
Right. Dope. Shout
I
out
don't
to the
really look up to people because I mean, like, other individuals or celebrities or anything like that. I'm not like starstruck. I am
right,
the star. No, I was kidding.
right. That part. No, you are the star. Say that. Say that.
Seriously, no, that's how I feel. I know some people are
Stand
like,
on
yeah,
it.
but no, I'm like, I am the star. Like, no,
Stand
I
on
don't
it.
get starstruck. I've been around them my whole life. They're
Right.
just people.
Right. Stand on it. That part. Okay. Miss Lori. Well, I think we've covered a lot. Is there anything else you want to speak about that we did not, or you want to share with people, or anything else? Because I don't know. We've covered most of things.
Yeah.
Or anything else that we haven't covered that you want to speak about or open up to
Um,
the audience about?
let's see. I mean, I think that my life is pretty self-explanatory.
Right.
I'm not, there's nothing in the shadows, or there's nothing really. Mm-mm,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we covered everything,
I
or
think
we,
we covered so
because I
much
don't.
tonight. Yeah, definitely.
We
We
did.
covered the girls, the Tate, industries. We covered a lot. So I think that, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
no other surprises. Investments, school, education,
Right.
goals, my future husband.
Okay, okay, well, okay. We didn't cover goals. So what are, I mean, we did cover what you like, what you want to do, but what are some future goals that Lori wants to conquer, or what can we expect to see from Lori that we can wait for, and you know what I mean? Like, what are some future goals for Lori that we want?
Goals is to take you guys to Japan with me. That
Oh,
is like, that's definitely happening next
Moshi,
year. And
Moshi, Moshi.
I want to experience it, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. I'm going to be vlogging the whole trip, and I'm going to have my team with me. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've been in awe of it for so many years. My whole family is Marine military, so he was stationed over there in Okinawa, Japan. I've always been I just, they're so advanced. The way that they live to compare to the way we are out here, we think that we're the ones
Right,
balling and living in California, and we're not. When you see other parts of the world
right.
and you see how other countries live, you realize that there's a lot more out there. So yeah, I'll be doing that next year. So that's something to look forward to.
Shout out
And
to
then just my
Japan.
trips alone. Yeah.
I love Japan because Japan loves. They have so much love for us too, and I love
Oh,
that.
they do.
You know
They
what I
love
mean? They
Americans.
the culture, yeah, for sure. And they
Yes,
love
they love
this West. They
Americans.
love the West Coast too. So I
Oh
love
yeah,
that
absolutely.
for
Yes,
sure,
it's
for
all
sure.
love. I'm
Shout out
so
to,
excited.
shout out to Japan. Can't wait
Shout
to
out to
see.
Japan.
Yes.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, konnichiwa, moshi moshi.
There
Shout out to
you
Japan, man.
go. Hey, okay, okay.
Shout out
Okay.
to Japan. That's right. That's right.
That's
So
right.
before we go, Lori, anything else you want to leave the people with, or you want to let them know anything else?
I just want to say that, don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. Nothing happens overnight, you guys. Everything takes time. Everything that you think is good is not always good. Just be cautious in everything, every move that you make, and don't announce your moves to people. Don't, sometimes people want to know what you're doing just to sabotage it. So that would be my best advice. Have good friends, good people around you, have a good support system. And as much as people want to influence you and tell you that this is a good, you know right from wrong. You know right from wrong, and
Right.
what's for you. And everybody's not the same. Some people, that's their choice, but just try to have a good head on your shoulders, and don't be too trusting, and just don't give up. Don't give up.
Right. 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 That part. Words from Miss Lori Marie. Also, if you haven't already, go follow her. Didi put all of her links in the chat. She has her IG. The YouTube is under construction, but follow her on IG right there. And we
Yes,
have
my IG has all my link tree and everything, so you guys can follow me on TikTok and Snapchat and Twitter and everywhere.
all
I'll
that
be
good stuff.
twitching too, you guys. Stay tuned for that. Forgot to tell you, I'm going to be twitching in November. So I'm setting up everything right now. I've got my little studio beauty. I'm doing all of that. So I'm going to be twitching soon. So stay tuned for that. Got a lot
That,
of things working on. Got a lot of things. So it's all good.
and keep that mentorship in mind too, because
I
we
will. I
mentor.
will. Definitely.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Shout out to Lori Marie. You can follow her again, tap in with her, holler at her, get at her in her inbox. Professional shit only. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And yeah, man, she's a great person, great lady. I'm glad we had you on the show. You were able to come back on your own
Thank you.
and open up and be vulnerable. You know what I mean? On all of that, we appreciate that. Because we love real people over here. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
opening yourself up to our platform and
Thank you for
coming.
having me. Thank you so much. And thank
Yes,
you for letting my voice be heard on your platform. I'm so appreciative. Literally. Thank you.
yes, and you have a friend forever. I'm here, whatever you need,
Thank
Lori.
you. And
Whatever you want.
likewise, I'm here,
Yes,
you have
yes,
my information, you know what I mean? We can always,
yes, yeah.
you got a friend. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lori. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, and continue to be great. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you. I will. Thank you
Thank you,
so
Lori.
much.
The beautiful Lori Marie. Make sure
Thank
you follow
you.
her.
Bye, guys.
Much love and respect. It is the G-Lew Show. Another great episode. Shout out to our producer, DD Hairston. Everyone who tuned in, love, we thank you and we love you. And we'll see you next time. Peace and love, y'all. The G-Lew Show.
Bye, guys.